Good morning, oh my peeps. Hope y'all having a great morning. Good morning, Todd. How are you today?
I'm good.
Good, good, good. Let's see who's in the chat. Mr. Bumcrack, good morning. Good morning, Javis. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull his mod from him so I can silence him because he's talking about AI. Good silver hair stagger, blah blah blah. Ping. Good morning, lovely lady. How are you today? And that's it. Uh, no, I haven't. What's the glitch with the shipping labels, King? There's the link if you want to jump in here and tell us without having to do all that typing. Do you know what she's talking about, Todd?
Um, no, haven't shipped anything this morning though, so I don't know. Is it messed up?
I
I
don't
hope
know.
not. I got a bunch of orders yesterday.
Well, since you mentioned that, what kind of orders you got going out? Good morning, Sandy. Good morning, Lag.
Let's see. I have 3 pairs of shoes, t-shirt, a ball cap, a science heater, vacuum filters, military backpack, a portion control scale, a shirt, another heater, and 2 orders of beakers.
Oh, you sold the beakers. Good.
I
Or
sold
some
some
of them.
beakers. Yeah. I made about 10 listings of beakers, and I sold. That'll be the third lot that I've sold.
Wow. Are you? Can you tell? Are you selling them to? Good morning, Harry.
I think these are going to a guy in New York. He gave me a note. He sounds a little bit like the guy in Breaking Bad. I think he's cooking up batches of meth. I can't. That's alleged. Alleged. He probably doesn't watch the show, but
Sorry.
yeah, he ordered a scale, a hot plate, and two bundle lots of beakers. About a dozen beakers.
Like says, when will his beakers get there? Um, yeah, because everybody's because the man in the sky, so to speak, is watching Lag. So
Jesus,
uh, no, FBI, CIA, you know, all of
Chinese
those.
balloons.
Yeah, Chinese balloons. So they're since they're monitoring him now, they're going to be contacting you. A big black SUV is going to drive up with 2 men talking into their sleeves with sunglasses on. Just going to stop by and see you now to get their shipping information. Actually, they don't even have to do that. They can just hack your channel, your eBay store, and see who you're shipping to.
That's right, Jabez. Meth R us.
Yeah, that's
I'm
the,
show shut down talking about
that's
meth.
right. All of a sudden, it's going to go blank.
I know.
Uh, the meth home starter, the meth cooking home starter kit.
That's right. And we
Good
got
morning, Bedlin.
we can get you set up for meth labs around here.
And that's just a joke. That's just a joke. What you what you do with the merchandise you acquire from a eBay reseller is on you.
Yeah, and yeah, you're raising tomatoes with those grow lights.
Yeah, that's right. Um, you know, Lag all those little nighties he's been buying from everybody from Victoria's Secret is for his mother.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Flip It Good. Hope everybody's having a great day. Good morning, Ping.
Hi, Ping. Are you awake, Ping? Oh, Ping. She's concentrating on something.
Oh,
Oh,
let's try it again.
Well,
Good
I'm
morning,
trying to
Ping.
blur the background, but it's not working.
Okay, well that's all right. It looks like Todd's background, so it's okay.
no, hers is much neater than mine.
Oh God, it's a wreck back there.
It's a
so
wreck back there.
that's not the one I wanted. I wanted that one. Only I want to put her in the big one. That's not
It's
going to work. So, what's the 411 on the?
On the shipping labels,
Yeah.
well, I don't know if it's fixed yet, but there's a couple. Uh, One of them was as soon as people printed the label, it would say delivered.
Oh yeah, I heard that. Where did I hear that?
Okay, somebody posted it anyway. A lot of people were posting that, and the other one was old tracking numbers. They
No, is that through eBay?
Yes, there's a glitch somewhere. People were they were using old tracking numbers, and when people clicked on it, it showed that it was shipped before they even bought it. So those are the two I know about.
Well,
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
But they say they're working on it.
I don't think I've had that. I haven't checked any of my tracking numbers to see.
Yeah. Well, I haven't shipped anything, so
is that scary?
yeah. But they say if you go on the website, it will be okay. But it's
Okay.
just between uh, eBay and the seller. That's where the glitch is, but
Okay.
not with UPS. I don't know.
Good
Those are
morning.
what I've read so far.
Oh, it's UPS labels?
No, no, no. USPS labels,
Okay.
but through the the through the shipping that we do. But if you go onto the website, it'll show that it's all right. That's the last I heard.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Jeffy says he rarely uses eBay shipping, but I do have one eBay standard envelope package
I don't
outbound today.
Okay.
Is that like the postcard size envelope, Jabus?
Yes.
Yeah, for trading cards, postcards, seeds, decals, all of that. Yeah, that you can't. They can't use that using Pirate Ship or any other program. It's an eBay only. Okay. So why
Jabus,
can't I do the blur background?
it might not. It you look. You had a You had a blurred
Yes,
background just
I
a moment
did.
ago.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I know when I was trying to come in, when I did blur, it blurred the whole screen. I mean, I wasn't even there. That's why I was taking so long. I was
That
trying to.
happened to me, and then I put my glasses on.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, I
think
just
putting
blurred
my
it, so it's
glasses on is
working.
going to help. Let's see.
But that's okay. Look at all that good stuff she's got back there. Hey,
Oh gosh, it's a wreck.
let's be nosy. What she got back there?
Well, I thought I sold this, which is why it's here, because somebody wrote and asked if I could take a close-up picture of the label, and I'm guessing he wanted this label, this this label here.
Right,
Yeah.
So I took a picture of it because the only picture I had was this.
right,
You know, I I think I might have had a picture of the back
right,
anyway. So I thought, well, okay. So I took a picture of that. Then I also took a picture of the original price.
right.
So I made it into
How
four
much
photos.
was that? How much was that at the original price?
Okay, let me see.
Looks.
$24.95,
Wow.
and I have it up for $14.
Well, that's what I've said or before. If you run across at Disney stuff too, but if you run across stuff cruising stuff like uh,
Yeah.
uh, a
I tried
photo
lag. Thanks.
that kind of stuff,
Uh-huh.
the photo albums and things like that, buy them because you can usually buy. Like I've bought some from Goodwill for like $3.99 plus 25% off because of Old People's Day, and I've sold them for good money because those things. Like I looked at one for Carnival, and I looked at the same thing in on the ship, and that thing was
Yeah.
like $45 on the ship,
Mm-hmm.
and I sold it for like 19.95, and it sold no time.
Well,
Um,
I have lots of old photo albums up, and they were selling originally when I first put them up, but then as time goes by,
yeah.
now they're 20-year-old albums.
Um,
Everybody wants to know where the crickets are. They're kind of missing them in the side
Yeah,
chat.
yeah. Who ate the crickets?
They're kind of
yeah.
crick.
They either they left or I don't know what.
You need to find you a little golden cage. Like for
Yep.
Mulan to keep your
Yep.
cricket in. Um, Good morning, Jake. How are you doing today? Excuse me. And did you see what Like had to say about your background, Todd?
Yeah. Hmm.
He got organized. Man, these people love us. Y'all need to.
That's all just stuff that's money. It's gonna be making money
That's right. Absolutely.
as soon as it gets listed and cleaned and tested and
91. Well,
I've
my
got.
numbers are looking good.
Are they?
91 this morning. She
you
said
have
I could stop taking insulin. We'll see. My A1C is at 5.9.
Well, good. I guess that's good.
That's good.
Roberta just looks at my reports and she says everything's good. I don't know. Uh,
I think anything under 7 is real good. I don't
um,
know.
spam
before
banshee. Biggest smile on YouTube.
Good morning.
Who's that?
Spam banshee.
Ah,
She's got the cutest big old smile.
she does.
Aloha to you too, spam. um, I've watched
Beth.
several
Hi, Beth.
several. Good morning, Beth. Several of the playlists I'm on or people I subscribe to are like on the YouTube side of things, and recently a lot of them. Well, all three channels that I follow religiously they have had videos about copyright infringement. So
Wow.
if you're not a YouTuber, just tune out for a minute. Um, Companies are busting YouTubers behinds with copyright infringements. 3 copyright infringements will get your channel banned. So um, be very careful about what you're posting. No
Now, is that
music,
is that the music they're referring to that they're using?
music, long play videos. Like I go in and I pull out 3 minutes of Todd's video and put it inside of mine.
Oh,
That's also that's a type of copyright infringement, unless I explicitly say in the description, uh, video portion made by the silver hair stacker is used by granted permission.
oh,
Um, so, you ran into Chastity yesterday, Jabus? Cool. Um, so be careful of that.
you know.
Lag.
Yeah, likes an ass. Uh, uh, so be careful about that. And like I said, if you don't have a YouTube channel, then just don't worry about it. But they are. One of the people had an attorney on there who handles those kind of cases, and she said they're getting covered up with people uh, getting copyright infringement strikes, losing their channel.
Mm.
And she said, read the terms of service. She says because if there's nothing that we can do if you are breaking the terms of service. Copyright infringements can get you sued um, for using of their content. So be real careful about that. And then another one was talking about one of the other attorneys that was on a different program was talking about people with all this, the 3D printers, the what's the little printing machine,
Mm-hmm.
crickets, whatever.
Yeah.
They're producing stuff with copyright characters and whatnot, and that's copyright infringement unless you've got an agreement with the copyright holder.
Mm.
So if you're doing any of that kind of stuff, be sure and stay clear of it. Yeah, cricket,
Mm-hmm.
um, Javis. So be careful of that because Nintendo is busting people's ass left and right. Um, so just be careful about that.
I did have a video um, got turned into what do you call it? Not ads because, and I didn't even go back and look at the video, but I must have had some music in the background, like going to the auction or something. They had some music playing
Right.
maybe,
Mm.
but
So
they didn't threaten to ban me or anything. They just took off the ad revenue.
right. Well, you get like you get they kind of give you one grandfathered in. That's not official. That's kind of just how they do. Um, like when Scott had his toy on the show, and it didn't have the red tip on it, and they took it all. I mean, they like ended the show midway through it.
Mm. Yeah, I
I,
remember that one.
I got a letter saying this is why it was taken down, and that was it. I didn't get a copyright strike. I didn't get a community strike. I didn't get anything. But I responded back to him. But the person that was holding the toy realized he didn't have, after the fact, realized it didn't have the red or orange, end on the barrel. But so just be real careful about it if you're going to mess with YouTube, especially the copyright infringement, because that they can sue you big time. You might not even made any revenue off of it, but they can still sue you.
If Ping had a cricket, would her crickets use it?
I think that's considered natural environment.
And if Ping got a cricket, would she name it Jiminy? Ah,
Jabez, I don't know. I don't know about the replacement parts.
isn't Pinocchio a Disney thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay, so there you go.
I
but
mean,
I believe it's been past however many years, which is why someone else did a Pinocchio. It's it's past the trademark thing.
um,
Really?
Yeah,
it goes back to how long when they buy the rights to a book. It depends on how long their rights last, and also if something like Pinocchio has dropped into the public domain. What Disney books?
but see, Pinocchio is not an original Disney thing.
No, it's based on a book, isn't it?
Yeah, or a story or whatever. But their version of Pinocchio, you can't you know make money off of when they have a copyright trademark on it, right?
Right.
And it has to be your own version of Pinocchio.
Yeah, I don't think there's a copyright on using stuff from the book. Yeah, I remember, man, it's been a long time ago now, about 1980. The Texas Tech Band Hall got raided for, they would buy like one copy of a piece of band music from a publisher, but then they would run off other copies because their band was solo.
Right.
If the copy of music that you bought came with eight trumpet pieces of music, um, but the Texas Tech band had 30 trumpets in their band, so they would just run photocopies to to give music to the other players. So they got raided, and they had to get rid of all their copied music of copyrighted music. I don't, and so the word got passed down to all the band directors in the state that, hey, they're cracking down on this. You better not copy copyrighted music. But they could only get fined if the music was performed at a paid event.
Right.
But everybody that went to the Texas Tech football game, heard the music, so they paid to get in. So that's where they got in trouble.
Um, Jabez, yeah, Steamboat Willie is the only one that is not that has dropped into public domain. That one specific character, not Mickey Mouse. That one Steamboat Willie character. Because every time they made a change to him, that started a new copyright. And there were some versions of of the in the amusement park character versions of Mickey Mouse that were scary as hell.
Mm.
Mickey Mouse is scary.
There was some their costumes in some of the older versions of Mickey
Yes.
Mouse. They were really scary looking.
Well, some of the costumes that they had the people wearing were scary.
Yeah,
Like back in the, I don't know, 50s. I mean, they weren't cute like they are now.
right. Beth, what did you play in the band? Or were you a twirlerette?
Yeah, if that witch from Snow White came up to me at the park, I would get a little scared.
Mm.
I've always wanted to go to Universal, and one of the Star Wars guards come up to me and do one of these citizen type things, and then I would go, "This is not the fat man that you're looking for."
Oh.
The dreams of the elderly.
I think it's
Okay, well, they only talk about uh, Steamboat Willie, so
mm.
that's what I'm based on. And if you have you have the money to take it to fight off Disney, then
Mhm.
try it out. Um, what did you say? Flute. Oh, you were a flautist? Cool. Um, you saw a sousaphone at an estate sale? Cool. Did you buy it? I started off playing the trumpet. I ended up playing baritone, and then I, on demand I'd play a sousaphone. Hellfire. Good morning, Mr. Sadie. Speaking of the high schooler, um, so anyway, just be careful of all that crap. You know,
Mm.
if it's on somebody else, if you've seen it somewhere else, um, don't sell it if you've made it. With the exception, I had a neighbor whose husband was really into John Deere, and John Deere was another one that would slap you hard for copyright infringement. She found printed fabric that was like a vest, a vest, um, whether men's, women's, I don't, uh, I guess it doesn't make any difference. But anyway, they were vests, and they were printed on white fabric, but the vest portion was the green with the John Deere logos all over it, and then you cut it out and made a vest out of it. She made them and sold them, and she got a letter from John Deere, and she said, I'm using um, I'm using some product that somebody else has licensed from you, and she said what the tag was on it and everything, and they said okay, so um, just be careful. Yeah, John Deere will sue you in a heartbeat.
Mm. Well, my daughter does a lot of sewing, and she has this company that prints up vinyl,
Right,
and they use Disney characters, not the specific characters,
right,
but they're like inspired by.
Right.
and you can tell who the characters are supposed to be, but they're not identical to the Disney characters.
Right.
So they send her these pieces of vinyl so she can make wallets, purses, totes, whatever. Now her husband has set up, got her an account on Etsy, did everything he can try to do to get her to take pictures and put these up on Etsy.
Right.
But my daughter won't do it because she's afraid that, something will happen because Disney inspired, that there'll be a copyright whatever and she'll be banned or something.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh's in public domain now too.
Hmm. Alright. Huh.
Is it the books that's in public domain, or is it the Winnie the Pooh movie by Disney that's in public domain? Lag. And I don't even know how that. If you have the licensee rights to Winnie the Pooh,
Fuzzy little cubby all stuffed with fluff is Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. Silly willy nilly old
the
bear.
character. Okay. Um,
I just got Tom banned. I
no,
sang a copyrighted song.
no, it's because it'd be just like when people upload clips out of videos, movies, and they tweak the sound on it so they're talking like this, or they speed it up so they're talking real fast. That's apparently that's a little gray area that they can get around with it. But
So does that mean these people who do these reaction videos, because they're always, showing clips of the things that we're reacting to?
I don't know how they do that.
No,
I don't know how they do that.
because you would think they're walking on rocky waters, walking,
I don't know whether it's because it's like
Well, some people will sell their video rights to like a company, and then the company sells the rights to
right.
people to use it. So
So I don't know how that actually works. I'm not a doctor. I mean, I'm not a doctor. I'm not an attorney, and just be careful of it. There's a guy that wrote a book years ago, and he was talking about he was offered the entire U.S. rights, merchandising rights for the Smurfs
oh,
at a toy show. He was in Germany, and the Smurfs were real big in Germany, but they had not made it across the shut up, Craig. Uh, um, they weren't in the United States. He was offered the whole merchandising for the United States for like $50,000, and he turned it down. And then he said he ended up buying. He ended up buying just a small portion of the rights to put their branding on pencil boxes, I think it was, and it cost him like $300,000. So there can be some good money in buying rights. Thomas also lag. Um, yeah. So anyway, just be careful. Apparently, that is being a really big thing now, and I know there's some people that are doing, you know, making items either with cricket on there and doing like the cups and things like that. Just be real careful about that.
Mm.
And with the 3D printing, and you can call it stupid duck, but if it looks like Daffy Duck, they'll bust your ass on it. So just be careful with that stuff. And I'm not an attorney. I don't profess to be one. I just find it interesting hearing about this stuff, and so check with your legal advisor. So, what else do we talk about? So, Todd, you sold. How much did you sell yesterday? $3,000 worth.
Let's see. I have 13 orders for $476.
Ooh.
Bum, bum, bum. But a few of the orders that came in yesterday early, I went ahead and got them shipped. So I actually had a couple of small orders on top of that.
Right. Oh, that's right. You. I'm sorry. Um, you were talking about you sold all the meth kit in your home, the home version of the meth kit lab. I tell you, I'm drinking a Pepsi Zero. Okay, Jabus. Now, if I were to see about this time, we would have been finishing up breakfast on the cruise ship, and it'd been time to go to the casino, and then the kiss on the lips would be breaking out, and I'm so ashamed of myself. But it's free. Well, it's not free because we spend a lot of money in the casino. Um,
Were any of you on John and Jenna's live yesterday?
no,
Okay. Somebody had said that eBay, I don't know when this is supposed to start, but he said that people now can cancel a transaction within 30 minutes of purchase. And I haven't been able to find out where that is at all.
well, I thought you could cancel the purchase at any time.
No, no. Buyers can only request to cancel. It's up to the seller to do so. This way, supposedly, if the seller purchases it now, he's got 30 minutes to say cancel it and it'll be canceled. I have not heard of that. I haven't found it. I've been looking all over. So I don't know where this person found that out.
I just approved a cancellation this morning.
Yeah.
Buyer bought it yesterday,
I always approve of cancellation.
and then the reason was they found a cheaper price.
Cheaper, yeah. See, that's why when somebody buys something, eBay throws up all these other items that are very similar or identical and they're at a cheaper price. Well, if they see that right after they've checked out, they're going to want to cancel and buy the cheaper one.
Right.
So why does eBay do that to begin with? That's nuts.
And the buyer was in the United Kingdom, so
Ooh. Well,
they could. I don't doubt that they could find a less expensive price for something if someone's willing to ship straight to them instead of using the EIS.
yeah, because the EIS charges a lot more.
They sure do.
But you get the protection now that you didn't have before. You know,
Yeah, I use EIS, but I really don't like how much my
the buyer pays.
buyers outside of the country have to pay for shipping. And
Yeah.
I mean, there isn't anything they can do about the VAT tax, but
I try to ship, like if I'm sitting here and I get a sale, as soon as I finish with the show where I can focus on it, I usually try to get it done right then. If they can't, so like in 30 minutes, I've printed out the label, and they in an hour they cancel it. Well, they get their purchase price less the shipping charges back, and they're saving money because they're not having to pay to ship it back to me. And I had somebody complain about that, and we got eBay involved in it. Said nope, it's too late. And I haven't really looked to see if I got the shipping back. I don't know whether I. I guess I need to be a little bit more picky with my
so
bookkeeping. What?
that that order that got canceled is a $29 pair of cowboy boots, and it says the VAT tax was $7.40, but it doesn't show how much the final shipping cost would be. It's
No.
got my $8 shipping on them. It shows that, but
Yeah,
it
I don't
doesn't.
think you're going to see what the buyer pays.
I wonder why.
I'm sorry. What is
Probably
it?
have fewer people using EIS
Uh,
if they could see how much our foreign buyers are paying.
Mm.
EIS is the remailing service.
Yes,
Is that Gwen back there in the back?
yes.
Tell Gwen I said hey.
Tom says, "Hey, Gwen. Hey, Tom."
Good morning, Doug. How are you and the boss lady this morning? Uh, I just remembered I ordered something from you yesterday. Todd, did you get it shipped out yesterday?
Of course I did. You haven't checked your tracking.
Yeah, it's been shipped. He's like, I got it. I have got to get this out because that old asshole will be fine. He'll give me a negative because. Oh Lord, I'm doing good, Doug. Thanks for asking. No, I'm just messing with you. You know, uh, when he gets here, it gets here. If it's late somewhere, that's between you and eBay, and because I really don't care.
A product review.
You know what, Beth? I'll do it. I'll make one.
But I didn't manufacture the item, so what difference would it make if there was a product review?
If you're looking for a Tupperware container, condiment container, the three-hole version, I would suggest you look at the Silver Hair Stacker because he's a most excellent reseller to see if he has any more.
Uh, yeah, it doesn't matter because I'm the only one.
Oh no, Beth. Oh no. I did not pay media mail rates. I want it now. I don't need it now, but I want it now. He should have jumped on a plane and brought it to me last night. Yeah, that gets my grits really bad. When you're paying priority rates and it comes media mail,
Oh yeah.
uh-uh. No, 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 no. And I have left neutrals because of it. And when it's taken 3 weeks to get here, I have left negatives because that's on them.
Well, in a lot of cases, media mail isn't necessarily the cheapest way
No,
to ship. No.
I know. Um, I I'm not. I don't remember what it's called, but it's the big like medical. It's a medical book, and it's got like all the diseases and stuff like that in it. It's like a reference guide. Uh, a friend of ours who is a doctor sold one from like the '60s, and he said it cost me $57 to ship that thing. I'm like, yeah, but you made 300 off of it.
Yeah. Did he ship it priority?
It was so heavier it had to go priority. It was cheaper to ship it priority than through media mail.
Ah. Yeah, if
Um,
I have to frankenbox a box and I have a priority box, and it's only a few cents more, I'll use that instead.
Javis, you know what? You are a smart mamma jamma. That's exactly what it is. I'm, you know, Javis to be a redneck from Western South Carolina, he's pretty smart. And I say it with love because I'm a redneck from Eastern South Carolina. Uh, but yeah, some of this stuff can get real expensive. One lady I talked to at a store, well, she was doing a storage locker pickup when I was doing one, and she sells books. And she said she and her husband delivered 140 books to a guy in I started calling it Pepsi Cola, Pensacola, Florida,
Mm.
and because it was cheaper just to drive it, they took it. It was a business delivery, so they stayed a week in Pensacola while they were down there. Uh, anyway, she said that there was just so many books, and it was just easier for them to load them in their van and took a vacation while they were down there delivering them. And the lady that bought them was like, "Oh my god, thank you," because they were all these religious books, like the old ladies read at church or at church at circle meetings and whatnot. If y'all know what a circle meeting is, you heathens that are Catholics and whatnot might not know what a circle meeting is. Storage locker pickup. Did you go through the drive-through? No, 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 Craig. You know what I'm talking about. You're just trying to be humorous. Um, so it's Tuesday. What do you got planned for the rest of the day? Spray. I cannot talk today. Ping, also known
Oh,
as Spring. What do you got planned for the rest of the day?
well, a group from Meals on Wheels, we're getting together at 2 p.m. to go to this Asian buffet, all you can eat. It's
Right.
like 10.99, but it's for between 2 and 4. So we're gonna do that. There's about 10 of us. So
Well, that sounds fun.
yeah, we've been there once before, with just 3 of us to check it out, and yeah, it was pretty good. It was very busy, and there were a lot of seniors at 2 o'clock.
That's
So
that's like all the seniors at around 4 o'clock at the Golden Corral.
Oh, they have a Golden Corral here after 1 o'clock on the weekdays. Uh, there's a senior rate and you get a free drink.
Wow.
So
I need to see if there's one here. Um, really, Javis, I grew up in the Southern Baptist Church, and my mom was a member of the Tuesday morning circle. It's a Bible study, is basically what it is for you heathens out there. Group of women, they get together and they do Bible study. $10.99 is cheap for an Asian buffet.
yeah.
I took my two of my sons, we have a new, well, it's been here now for about 6 months, a Korean barbecue
Mm, those are
restaurant.
fun.
Yeah, it was about $125 with tip time we got out of there.
Oh.
Um,
That's for 3 people?
3 people.
Whoa.
But we were eating the hell out of food. Because it's one where you grill your own meat
Yes.
on that type of thing.
Yeah.
Um, and then they had a lot of sushi and stuff like that too. So we well, my sons ate a lot.
Yeah. When we were going to okay, our senior group got together to go to the Black Bear Diner, and they would donate 20% of each of our bill to the senior group, which is why we did it.
Uh-huh.
And on the way there, people looked over and they saw this Korean barbecue place. I've seen a bunch of them around. Jen. Anyway, so a lot of them says, "Hey, let's do that." So I guess that they'll get together a group to do that, to that Korean barbecue. But I have been to somewhere. There's 3 different levels, and if you choose the cheapest one, it's your basic chicken, beef, whatever. And then there's a higher level where there's some seafood in there, and then there's another level, and they tell you that the people at the table all have to have purchase the same level of food, because they don't want one person paying the high level,
Right.
and then when they get all that seafood, they spread it out to everybody.
Right.
Is that how yours work where you are?
No, it was everybody pays per person,
Right.
and it's like everything's included,
Okay.
but it was kind of pricey.
So
Yeah, the food was good.
yeah, it's one price.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
and they had
expensive
they had a
to
hot
make your
pot.
own.
They had the grill for the cooking the meat, and then they had hot pot beside it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all really good. Yeah, it is. Yeah, WMU. I remember that. I was a Royal Ambassador, which is the Baptist Boy Scouts, or it was. I don't even know if they still have it or not. Um, Todd, what were you watching with the chick on the screen?
I don't know. I go down wormholes every once in a while.
Okay.
Sorry.
Now that was okay. I just saw this girl up there on the screen looking all pretty and everything, and I'm like, okay, Todd.
They were showing actresses then and now. So
Mm.
Some
of that's scary.
People get old,
Yeah.
and the actresses and actors that do all this this plastic surgery.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, most of them look like freaks after that. They've had it
Yes.
done 25 times.
Yeah. It's just too much sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people look a lot prettier. Women look a lot prettier as older women than they do when they were young. Brooke Shields is one of them. I think Brooke Shields is a really pretty woman, but I don't think she was all that hot when she was young. But that's my opinion. We have a good Chinese buffet here. It is $30 per person. That's right. That's basically what it is around here too.
Oh, wow. Well, I took my son to one that had closed down, and then they expanded and changed the name and all that. And it was some 20 some odd dollars, like $24.
Right.
And the senior discount was 10%. So yeah, I'm not going back there again. You know, that's too expensive.
Uh, oh yeah, that is so cool.
Oh yeah.
If you look at for those that don't know what it is, it started in Japan and in Korea. They have these conveyor belts that
Mm,
run through the kitchen, and as they're preparing food, they just set dishes on it. And
yeah.
then when it comes to you, you take whatever you want off the plate. You know, you pick up the plate, and then they charge you by all the plates you get.
Yeah. That's fun. I haven't done that for a while.
We just thought it was really cool because Roberta and I used to watch a lot of Japanese, YouTube stuff. Still do, but not as much as we did because the guy that we followed, who was Australian, he went ultra left, and we just quit watching him because he always had some snide remark to make. Uh, like Roberta wants to go to Tokyo because there's one in Seoul too. It's like all the vending machines that have all the
Mm.
little toys and whatnot in them. Like the whole building will be nothing but these vending machines. Um, she wants to go to one of those places. So eventually we will go to Japan.
Yeah, dim sum's fun too. The one place that we used to go to closed down, and then it reopened as a bakery. Yeah, so it's an Asian bakery.
Right.
Something degrees. I can't remember. They're a little chain here too.
But
Lots
you
of places.
but you know, we watch like I said, we will watch a lot of Asian stuff. And in Korea and in Japan they have all the street markets.
Mm.
And they're cooking all this stuff right there on the edge of the street, you know? And like the jiggly cake, it all looks really good, really good. And Roberta's like, our health department would lose their mind if we did something like that over there. It would all have to be in contained buildings and all that kind of mess.
Yeah.
Um, Now I'm hungry. Yeah, there's places in South Carolina that's still waiting for electricity, Jabus. My dad was telling us one time about when he remembered when their house got electricity, which was in out in rural Horry County, South Carolina. Um, but he remembered when they got power. And my grandmother used to talk about we don't have Hardee's here in Charlotte, Jay, but I have to drive down to TKK to get a damn Hardee's biscuit. Um, my grandmother used to talk about the first time that she heard a plane fly over her house, which they were building an Air Force base in Myrtle Beach, so that's probably where the plane came from. That was 100 years ago. So, anybody got anything exciting going on today? You got an auction pickup? You going to go pick up something, a storage locker? Or you just going to go out and buying some crap? Um,
I got
right now it's 15 minutes away. Nah, 20 minutes away. At lunchtime, it's about an hour and a half away because of the traffic. I'm supposed to be over in your general direction this weekend, Jabus. My brother and his wife have a place. They have a couple campsites up at
Mm.
a Orchard Lake Campground in Saluda, is that South Carolina? North Carolina. Saluda, North Carolina. And we're going to go over there and check out their arrangement this weekend.
Yeah, Jabez, I know Hardee's is Charles Jr. Why are they closing down?
Because the same reason two of the three McDonald's that's within 3 miles of me have shut down. I
Oh.
think it's just got too damn expensive to eat that kind of crap.
Yeah, I don't eat at McDonald's.
I do because it's a mile and a half down the road.
Mhm.
But there's also a Jack in the Box right beside it, and I like the Big Jack. Um, yeah, that's just it. They're fighting a lot of good competition. But you know what? They were the original roast beef sandwich people. Uh, they used to have hot dogs. Now they have fried chicken, and their fried chicken's pretty good. So Todd, you going to pack up all afternoon? Pack all afternoon? You going to try and do some listing today?
I'll probably get some listed. I list just about every day.
Mm.
That's my excitement. I need to mow the alley.
Yeah.
The farthest I've gotten is taking pictures, and they've been sitting there for days. I just can't get around to listing.
Well, I'm sort of listing. I'm taking boxes and filling them up with junk until they reach a certain weight limit. And then I'll take pictures of the box with all the stuff, all the stuff, and then the stuff in the box.
Let me see.
I'm just going to get rid of some crap.
Okay, these are originally $20, and they're from 2013. 11, 12 years ago.
What's that?
I don't know if you can see. It's a
Oh,
it's a Disney pin,
right.
and it comes with a pedestal that you can put it put on it and display. See? Yeah, like that. So anyway, I've got 4 different ones.
I've got. Oh, there's a number on them. I got 3 bags of Lego crap
Mm.
that
Lego
are still.
sell well.
They're in kit. They're from a kit, you know, and
Mhm.
got something like this one time before, and I sold them off. Bag number 4, the model number on it tells me what kit it's from, and they sold really fast.
Yeah, Legos are popular.
You just made another. Yeah, don't be an ass. I've been watching your videos, Scott. Uh, the video about the printer was really interesting. Go over there and look at his video if you haven't. The bearded picker. Be sure and leave a comment saying Queen City Picker sent me over here to look at your stupid video. But anyway, it was really interesting.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay, well, good. Well, you know what? Business does have to take preference. Yeah, Scott to be the old redneck asshole from Roll Tide. Uh, does do some good videos. I have to say that his little, just his subject videos. His lives go off the rail like this one and does. So So anyway, it's after 10 o'clock, and I've got to go pick up some cat litter, and I got to drop something off at the post office, and blah 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 blah. I got a bunch of stuff to do today. So, Ping, thank you for coming in here. You're
Sure.
welcome anytime you want to. It's nice to have a pretty face in here, besides mine.
All
Uh,
righty. It was fun.
all right, Todd. It was. Thanks for coming in here, Scott. You going to be doing a video tomorrow if you're still in here, a show in the morning. Look for Scott's show in the morning.
Yeah. I'll be there.
All right. Thanks, guys, for everybody for coming in and hanging out with this nonsense. So,
All righty. Bye.
bye bye.
Okay.
Bye.